In the age of an empire, much of Asia and Africa fell under European control. India became British, Algeria became French. Much of the Middle East was carved up, but one country stood out, Iran, then known as Persia.
گله میکنن که چرا ملت ایران میگن مرگ بر آمریکا؟ اولا بنده این رو برای حضرات بزرگان آمریکایی روشن کنم. مرگ بر آمریکا یعنی مرگ بر ترامپ و جان بولتون و پومپئو. مرگ بر اینا یعنی مرگ بر سردمداران. ما به مردم آمریکا کاری نداریم. مرگ بر آمریکا یعنی مرگ بر شما چندتایی که اون گروهی که دارید اداره میکنید کشورتون رو. مراد اینه. حالا در این دوره اینان، در دوره دیگر هم دیگران. بحث ملت آمریکا نیست. ثانیاً تا وقتی که دولت آمریکا و رژیم آمریکا همین شرارت، همین دخالت، همین خباثت، همین رذالت.
Now, why was Iran never formally colonized? The biggest reason wasn't strength, it was rivalry. In the 19th century, two superpowers competed for influence, the British Empire and the Russian Empire. Iran sat right in between them, a strategic prize, but instead of conquering it outright, both sides feared the other gaining full control. So they did something unusual. They kept Iran independent but weak. Historians call the geopolitical struggle the Great Game. For Britain, Iran was a shield protecting India, the crown jewel of its empire. And for Russia, it was a gateway to warm water ports and the Middle East. If either power took Iran completely, it could spark war. So instead, Iran became a buffer state, independent on paper, but squeezed by both sides. Even without formal colonization, foreign powers still controlled much of Iran's economy. During the Qajar dynasty, Britain and Russia gained influence through loans and debt, trade monopolies, and oil concessions. These deals gave foreigners control over key industries like oil and tobacco. Iran was never a colony, but it was often described semi-colonial. Iran's geography also played a role. Mountains, deserts, and vast distances made invasion difficult. Unlike flat regions, such as India, Iran was harder to control directly. At the same time, strong cultural identity and internal resistant movements. By the early 20th century, Britain and Russia even divided Iran into spheres of influence, north for Russia, south for Britain, without formally colonizing it. It was control without responsibility, power without annexation. So Iran was never colonized, not because it was untouched, but because it was too important to be owned by just one empire. Instead, it survived as a nation caught in between, pressured, influenced, and exploited, but never officially ruled. In a world of empires, Iran remained independent and not free from power, but never fully conquered. In 1906, frustration boiled over again. Iranians demanded limits on royal power and an end to unchecked foreign influence. The result was constitutional revolution. For the first time, Iran established a parliament, the Majlis, and a constitution. It was a major step towards modern governance, but even then Britain and Russia continued to interfere, sometimes even sending troops to influence the outcomes. By now, a pattern was clear. Iran was not colonized in the traditional sense. There was no foreign flags ruling the country directly. But independence came with heavy conditions: foreign control over key industries, political interference from powerful empires, economic dependence on outside powers. Iran existed in a gray zone, not a colony, but not fully in control of its own destiny either. So when we say Iran was never colonized, what we really mean is something more complex. It avoided direct rule, but not foreign influence.